Whether you work in a large enterprise or a small company or a government agency, your organization is defined by its business processes. Each process implements some part of what your firm does. Most business processes today are supported by applications that carry out some or all of the activities in the process. Whatever they do, these applications depend on an underlying application platform. When we talk about application platforms, we usually talk about technology. But taking a business-first view, looking at these platforms from the perspective of the business processes they support, is at least as important. What does an organization require to support its business processes effectively? And what do those requirements imply about the application platform the organization needs? One way to think about these requirements is to group them into two categories. First, a platform must support structured business processes, those that are performed the same way every time. Some common examples here are billing, many manufacturing processes, and web-based commerce. An application platform should also support unstructured business processes. This kind of process is characterized by collaboration among people. It's different every time. Think about the sales process, for instance, or software development. An application platform should provide good support for both kinds of processes. The requirements are quite different, but improving both with software has real value. I'm going to look at each category, starting with structured business processes. A structured business process carries out a predefined sequence of steps. The process might have lots of options, but the creators of the process determined in advance what steps were possible. When a structured business process is supported by an application, it's common for the software to implement the entire process. Think of an automated manufacturing process, for example, where an application directs a group of machines to repeat the same steps over and over. In situations like this, people primarily provide inputs, accept outputs, and handle exceptions. Most often, an organization bakes a structured business process into software to make the process cheaper, faster, more consistent, and less error-prone. Whatever the reason, the organization's application platform must provide effective support for this kind of process. So, what's required for an application platform to effectively support software that implements structured business processes? The answers are pretty clear. The platform must support packaged applications for structured processes, ideally, lots of them. Many organizations use similar business processes, and so packaged apps provide a relatively low-cost way to automate these processes. Thousands of vendors sell these today: Microsoft, SAP, Oracle, and many more. The platform must also support creating custom applications. With packaged applications, every organization has the same option to choose from, and so they don't typically provide much competitive advantage. Because of this, most firms create at least some custom apps that implement unique business processes. Think of a financial services company, for example, that builds its own risk management software, or an online retailer that differentiates itself by creating a website with unique features. Every organization strives to improve its operational efficiency, which is what packaged applications let you do. Every organization also needs to find a way to differentiate itself from its competitors. Custom apps allow this. Whether you choose to be a business leader with custom software or a follower with packages, your application platform must support both options for structured business processes. Automating structured business processes has been the main task of applications for decades. It's the bread and butter of IT. But more recently, organizations have realized that software can also improve unstructured business processes. In these scenarios, people are in charge, not software. Rather than passively providing input or waiting for output, they drive the process using an application to help. In fact, the software that supports unstructured business processes is often seen by its users as tools rather than applications. Sometimes it's even hard to describe what's happening as a process. It's more like people working together informally with shared data. But the work relies on applications, and so the application platform still plays an important role. It's important to understand how critical this kind of business process has become. Most organizations have spent years automating their structured business processes, which means they've already gotten most of the benefits available here. Providing better support for unstructured business processes is much less mature in most firms, and so there's plenty of room for improvement. And it's important to realize that the people involved in unstructured processes are likely to be the ones who create the most value for your organization. Because so many structured processes have been automated, there's much less rote work for a firm's employees to perform. But unstructured processes can't be entirely automated. They depend on the expertise of the people who carry them out. Unlike structured processes, where applications can replace people, software can only enhance the capabilities of people doing unstructured work. And because this work commonly provides the highest value in modern organizations, improving unstructured business processes can generate the most competitive advantage today. To get this advantage, though, your application platform needs to provide the right components. Here are two examples. First, support for collaboration tools like Microsoft SharePoint is important. These tools help knowledge workers share data and work together in other ways. Another way an application platform helps here is with support for software development tools. Organizations often don't view software development as a business process, but it surely is. In fact, because it creates unique applications that support custom business processes, the apps that provide competitive advantage, software development is probably among the most important processes in your organization. This is why effective development tools are such a critical part of a modern application platform. To support business processes well, an application platform should include many things. For structured processes, it should run lots of packaged apps for common business processes, and it should provide a foundation for custom apps that implement unique processes. For unstructured business processes, the platform should provide collaboration software, tools for software development, and more. Ideally, all of these should be provided in a consistent way. The reason for this is simple. It is that changing your business means changing your business processes, which commonly means changing the applications that support those processes. If your organization has a consistent application platform, you can probably change those applications more quickly. The implication here is clear. Business agility, the holy grail for so many people, depends at least in part on the application platform. Creating and maintaining a consistent application platform can be hard. Business people often push to support any application they think will help them. They're not worried about the diversity it might create in the underlying platform. And technical people often argue for best-of-breed solutions without worrying about creating platform diversity. Whenever possible, it's good to resist these pressures. The business benefits of a consistent application platform are substantial. Your organization is defined by its business processes. How good those processes are stems from the applications that support them. Those applications rely on your application platform. It might even be more accurate to think of an application platform as a business process platform. That's its real purpose. But whatever it's called, the platform needs to have strong support for both structured and unstructured processes and it should be as consistent as possible. Putting in place an application platform that has all of these characteristics can provide substantial value. Doing this isn't just IT leadership, it's business leadership.